All right. Let's see what we got here.
All right.
In my mind, I was streaming a
Are we
video.
are we live like
Yeah, we are right
audio
now.
wise?
We are live. This
Okay.
whole
I was
time, I
gonna
thought
ask.
I was showing my cool video intro that I always do, but I was not. I was showing the game. We were all
I
muted
haven't
though.
asked you how. So we haven't done commentary in a while. How do you want me to do this? Am I color or what? Are you
Yeah,
doing play by
yeah.
plays?
Your color and
Cool.
the
Great.
only thing I say is just when we see if you see something that's a mistake, let's just try to color it as best we can and just be as I mean, don't be like
Yep. I'm
absurdly
I'm I'm here
positive.
to be as positive as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. Cool. We're all on the same page.
I think I've definitely effed that up in the past.
We
So
all
I'm
have.
remedying that now.
We
I'm
we're all
excited for
on
this
it.
game.
All right, stream chat is ready to go. I see everyone's in there. Can you guys hear us just fine? Curtis, Sweepy, Brian, Freddy. I see you guys all in the chat. You hear us just fine? Me and Deluca. I'll watch the boys that we're ready to go.
He said he heard voices.
All right, we've got Johnny and Sooner playing. Sooner is on Wakanda, which he's been talking a lot about. He's got double twos. He's got new Gambit, which the new stuff is not legal for this event just yet, but Gambit was made legal prior to the event starting because we got the card so early. So I'm really hoping to see new Gambit on the table tonight. We've also got Jane, Shuri, Shang, Okoye, Nebula. I know Sweepy's a fan of Nebula, so am I in this list. M'Baku, Cage, Killmonger, King T, and Gambit. We've got Mutant
I
Madmen
haven't looked at
intrusions.
the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't want to make sure we didn't miss the prior roll, which looks like Johnny won. We haven't selected extra access secures yet. I think it's a little bit more of a decision than normal here because Johnny likes Madmen. I don't know how much he fears Wakanda on Wedding Party.
So I know Sooner's extremely happy to lose priority here. He definitely wants to avoid 17.
Yeah.
Uh, and Johnny's list is kind of tailored to just play 17 a lot. So I think getting him off 17 will make can get some kind of uncomfortability for Sooner here, or well, for Johnny rather. But yeah, I haven't even looked at Sooner's list until now. But yeah, the Nebula is really cool. I'm a big Nebula fan, and
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, stocks.
yeah, he's got a lot of firepower in that list. So
All right, so we've got intrusions and unexpected winning guess. I think this is really good for Wakanda here. I think if he had to choose a setup, this is probably one of the ones he would choose. He definitely did not want Johnny's 5 extracts on the board. So being 7 VPs, I think this is a pretty good setup for Wakanda here.
yeah, I think important to note with wedding guests is you don't really need a safe grab on it. So he can kind of keep his extract holders relatively safe from Apoc's Alpha Strike.
Yeah, Wakanda normally is okay with getting hit on the midline, but I don't think you want your M'Baku or one of your 3 threats getting hit by 1 or 2 7-die attacks from Apocalypse, potentially with rerolls online.
Yeah, the worst thing that could happen is like M'Baku just gets one tapped on round one or something.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine. So typically, I think Wakanda wants 19, but I know that Sooner has been really big on some of his 17 setups. Did you speak to him personally? He said he didn't like 17, or are we making an assumption based on
No, I'm
typical
fairly
Wakanda?
certain Sooner likes 17 with his
Yeah,
list in general, but I think in this kind of game, Johnny likes to play a lot of 17, so like
yeah,
I think he's trying to get off 17 for that reason.
yeah. The fact that Johnny has 3 extracts at 17 kind of gives you an indication that that's where he wants to be. So sometimes it's always the push and pull, right? Of round zero is, do I pick the thing that I like better for me, or do I pick the thing I know he likes less?
Yeah, I think in this case I would probably play the thing that he likes less, just because I don't think Sooner is super. Like, I don't think he cares a whole lot. Like his list kind of just will adapt, and I just feel like Johnny's APOC is just really. I don't know. He's played so many games at 17. I feel like if you can get him off of it, you get like I don't know percentages of advantage maybe.
Yeah, Sweepy in the chat, predicts a 17 here, but I could tell you from talking to Sooner, he really likes being 5 wide Wakanda Sweepy. He also really likes maximizing the Wakanda Forever turn. So he's been really, that's why he still has Shuri in his list. I still have Shuri in my Wakanda list. I do like maximizing that card. In my mind, the Wakanda Forever is the leadership.
I wonder if we'll see. Did Johnny's list have the Loki Mind Gem in it?
He did, yes. He was inspired by
Oh,
Colin from Muse. I don't know if he still has Gwen in there, but talking to Johnny last time, he he really likes what Gwen can do on things like extremis or scoundrels, like into Kingpin. But he has like one or two slots he says he doesn't really play. Now, granted, this is all before today's big announcements. But he likes. I guess Mind Gen Loki would also be good in a mirror too. And if Apoc continues to be popular, I could see wanting to have mirror tech as well.
Yeah, I know. I played Loki into Justin at LVO, who was playing APOC, and oh my god, Loki was so good into APOC. Like they can't really pestilence you on round one. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think Loki's a great example of a tool people need to be exploring. I see a lot of people get down on certain models being too good, and it's like, well, have we explored our options here?
Yeah, yeah. No, I think there's a lot of like APOC has been kind of pummeling his way through the meta, and people have been down. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't want to say down, but they're like APOC is too strong or whatever. And I think there's a lot of answers in the game that people
Ooh,
just aren't playing.
I really like Sooner's list here. He's got King T, M'Baku, Luke Cage, Mighty Thor, and Okoye. So he's got both hitting power and staying power. Luke Cage and Okoye are going to make it difficult to burn down King T. Luke Cage has made
Yeah,
a little bit of a resurgence.
this is similar to the Asgard team that I play in my list, except you just swap out Thor and Bill for M'Baku, King T.
And on Johnny's side, Apoc, Psylocke, Blob, Magic, and Beast. So
Yeah, checks out.
yeah. What do you Is there anything that
Nope.
sticks out to you as any one player having an advantage here between the squads?
Well, you got APOC off of Toad, which I think is a good start. Toad's frustrating to deal with scoring wise, and you kind of have to deal with him. And you kind of force. I think I would expect Psylocke to be death here. But I think, yeah, I really like Sooner's team here. I mean, he's able to bring Jane and be 5 wide. I think that's a great start.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really curious to see how Sooner plays around Pestilence because that could definitely have a pretty big impact on Luke Cage and Okoye's effectiveness. And I think a big part of Sooner's game plan is going to be making sure Apoc isn't hitting King T and making sure King T is able to burn down Apoc or Psylocke or whatever he thinks the problem model is.
Yeah, I think you really want Okoye to not get pestilence into oblivion. I think that's the number one problem. I don't think the rest of your models care a whole lot. Maybe Jane a little bit, but King T's just going to make a bunch of power anyway, right? Luke
Yeah.
doesn't care too much. And
Not-
Baku, it's mostly fine.
Notable that in the relevant portions of the screen we have size 3s, so M'Baku will be able to throw those. We have one size 4, but it's so far off that it really doesn't impact the board a whole ton. I imagine Johnny's going to want to try to throw some of those taco trucks just to get terrain out of the way because between Jane and M'Baku, there could be a lot of terrain thrown at Apoc this game.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Johnny's only terrain interaction is Blob, right? So, I mean, Beast can throw the size 2s, I suppose. It looks like there's like a few of those. But yeah, Blob isn't really deployed to interact with the size 3s, so I don't know. We'll see how if that becomes a factor or not. Jane can definitely get pretty nutty.
Yeah. I really like too the Luke Cage inclusion that Sooner has here. I want to say maybe Connor in the UK was also really pushing for that in the Wakanda chats. Just having a second model that can pick things up and it not having to be a Koi, not having to be King T, or not having to be a squishy model is so valuable. It seems obvious when you say it, but at the same time, a lot of Wakandans weren't playing Luke Cage.
Yeah, I mean, I put Luke Cage in my squad goals list, and he was like my missing piece. I needed the 3 threat to stand in the midline, and he's just easily the best one at doing it. His size 2 is so good, man. Like versus like Lizard or Beast or something.
Yeah,
Because you can always usually just get cover on him as well. It's just he's so durable.
he was in my squad goals roster for a bit, and what happened was learning Steve and Sam, trying to figure out when to play both. I misidentified where my mistakes were, and I thought the problem was Luke Cage. In reality, Luke Cage was a solution to some of my problems, so that's something I'll rectify for future Steve games.
I also remember at Everwinter when Art had lost some games, and I was talking to him. He's like, "Dude, I win those games if I have Luke." He's like, "I'm putting Luke in."
Yeah.
I just remember I just took that to heart. I was like, you know what? Art's right. I'm playing Luke too.
Yep, Art was also one of the guys that was really pioneering Thor 1's relevance alongside Hyper Viper during the Thor 2 days. So those two guys probably feel just fine post Thor 2 nerf.
Yeah, I mean, I think Asgard's in a great. This game isn't Asgard, but just I think Asgard's in still an amazing spot. There are not many people are playing them either.
So Johnny placing Beast down here. Who's Johnny's extra carrier is going to be, you think, at the start of this? I assume Blob is going to pick one up. And then is Beast the obvious one? Is Apoc one? I assume you don't put anything on Apoc, right?
Um, no, Apoc's actually a good extract holder because you don't he's it's one less model that can be, or it's one more model that can be celestial tech without having to drop things. So definitely
Oh,
like picking things up on Apoc.
yeah, that's a good point I didn't consider.
Yeah, so I would expect Apoc to grab something here, and Blob is maybe going to be Famine here, and then Blob grabs first and makes the token.
Yeah, I mean, my expectation is Blob Famine, Magic War, Beast on Pestilence, and Psylocke on Death.
Yeah, that'd be my guess as well.
Psylocke with rerolls is a pretty excellent death.
Yeah, Psylocke is probably my favorite death in the list after Toad. So, yeah. Like I've tried Wolverine Death, wasn't a huge fan. I think War. If you're gonna play Wolverine, you probably should just play him on War. Uh, yeah, those are. I don't know, like Archangel. I played a little bit of him. He's a really good Petulance. You can teleport around the table pretty easily, but yeah, I like Psylocke Death if you need to. Funny interaction. Psylocke Death actually like destroyed me at a local event. I was playing Nick Fury grunts, and she just like walked up and gunned them down and made like 3 tokens. I was like, oh my god, this is so bad.
So we have Luke Cage, Okoye, and I'm guessing M'Baku was placed down. I don't know. I don't think Sooner placed them off to the side here.
And Baku's on top of the truck.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I meant by that was I was not expecting Cage and M'Baku on the same side. But I guess he's committing Jane to picking up a wedding guest.
So I think he definitely wants. And Baku has a huge vulnerability to Apoc killing him.
Yeah.
So I think Sooner's kind of just putting a bunch of bodyguards around him.
That makes sense.
Uh,
M'Baku, despite going down, with the energy attacks, he's still decent to Apoc because of the throw damage he can create, and the spender on M'Baku's pretty crazy.
oh yeah, they both like are good at beating the shit out of each other. Uh, but Apoc can do more faster. He doesn't really need power to do things, where Baku's kind of gotta get ramped up. So if you can avoid the Alpha Strike, I think you're pretty happy with that.
All right, so both players are deployed. We have on Johnny's side Blob, Magic, and Apoc on the north side. We have Beast and Betsy on the south side. For Sooner, we've got Jane deployed on the south side, and then you've got a big bunch up top with M'Baku, Luke Cage, Okoye, and King T. So it's going to be really interesting to hear on how these players decide to rotate. Although we're on intrusion, so I guess rotation's not going to be a huge factor here.
Yeah, I suspect Jane's probably just gonna pick something up and stand around, and then he's just gonna go hard into the north side here.
Yeah, Nasty.
Salak's name is Betsy. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name is
Dive in her character
Elizabeth
history sometime
Betsy
because
Bretta.
you'll be quite surprised.
Yeah, I find myself calling her Betsy a lot actually, because I've read some X Force, and that's what they call her all the time.
Sooner doing some measurements here just to see what Johnny's threat ranges are.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he's measuring here. I surely can't be Apoc first.
No, it was Sooner measuring to see what Johnny is capable of.
Oh, you're right. The Gamers Guild tools, of course.
Yeah.
Yo, where's the Meatmen tools at this point?
Shout out to Carl, by the way, for having the updated cards in the mod seemingly immediately. Like,
Dude,
he did it so fast you wonder if he was like in bed with AMG on that.
I don't know how he does it. I was like, I saw like Lady Mastermind in the mod like an hour after she was spoiled. I was like, what? I was like, is the art here too? Sure enough.
You're spoiled. So Blob does double move, picks up the objective, and sits on the north dark portal, and that gives another Evo token over to Apoc.
I missed it. Were we correct about the Horseman assignments?
I didn't want to adjust the screen, but from what I can see is that Pestilence is on Beast, War is on Magic, so the other two have to be
Yeah.
Famine, Blob.
Yeah, Blob has made a token, so yeah. Yep. Cool. I like it. I like it.
A lot of people make a big deal about trying to figure out the Horseman assignments, but once you play a handful of games with it, it really I've never had to think about it a second time.
Yeah, it's a lot less. I feel like the community's done a really good job of solving APOC at this point. That it's kind of after you play him a bunch and maybe watch some games, take some advice from other players, you can. It's pretty autopilot. It's a lot less complicated than it looks.
Sooner moving up here to pick up a wedding guest with Luke Cage. And he's going to choose to
Yep,
stand next to the blob.
here we go. The 3-threat guy who stand on the midline.
I
You
love
might be able
blob
to get
man.
cover on that car. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, Luke Cage, if he had cover and DR, would have been real spicy. I imagine Sooner's going to hold King T for last activation here, so let's see what he tries to set up. I don't think Johnny has to worry too much about, I guess if he picks up a senator, I want to keep calling them senators, geez, a wedding guest with Beast or Betsy, probably don't get a ton of pressure from Jane, so you're probably okay. Although there is a world where Jane can pick up that wedding guest and still make an attack onto the South Dark Portal if someone's standing on it.
Yeah, I think that would be. If he could definitely make an attack, he probably would do that. I think Sooner might be okay parking Jane on the south point because if she takes damage, then King T gets a power, and then if Luke takes another damage or something, you can get a bound at the end of the round. So
Yeah, I don't know how familiar Johnny is with playing into Wakanda. It's definitely a little bit of a gotcha list in the sense that if you don't have the right plan for dealing with King T and figuring out how to get around those bodyguards and what he's capable of and his threat ranges, it's really scary. Although
yeah, if you
he,
give King T a bound on round one, he cooks a lot of the time.
yeah, Johnny was just measuring there to see how far King T can get. I think Johnny was looking to potentially steal the wedding guest from Sooner based on the measurements he was looking at. I don't think Johnny would be that aggressive, but
Yeah, it's a good point. You'd probably if King T can't make an attack, then you're only looking at like one Jane attack. But is Jane, and she gets the M'Baku leadership. You definitely she
he's
rolls range 3 Thanos builders, unnerfed Thanos builders.
oh boy, here comes Beast is actually double moving and stealing Sooner's wedding guest, which I'd imagine he
Ooh.
didn't expect. I didn't see that coming for sure, but it makes a lot of sense. It seems a little greedy, but at the same time, based on Sooner's deployment, it's probably not that much of a reach, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm. This is pretty juicy. If I'm Sooner, I think I could not be able to resist just blasting Beast off the table. It's pretty bold from Johnny, I think, especially with Beast 2 energy defense. So I'm curious to see what he's thinking about.
Yeah, there's a world where King T can hit Beast and just pull him in for Jane to get a double tap here. With 7
So I
VPs on
think
the board,
Johnny
I'm
measured
too
that
scared.
he can't pull into Jane because of the truck, but King T definitely be able to get an
Uh,
attack if he wants it.
yeah, because it is a
Uh,
push towards the model, so
yeah. Yeah, so that's probably what Johnny was measuring. It seems like he's okay with King T making a 6 dicer. Um, so
one thing I've seen streaming over the last month is and streaming these guys in the past is that Johnny, Curtis, and Schmidt all play pretty aggressively. They'll make plays that they feel like if it works out. So Jane moving up here and taking an attack in the Beast.
yep.
Good hit. At least 4 successes because of the M'Baku leadership. So 5 successes coming in on the Sooner side, assuming he opts to adjust the dice, which why wouldn't he? So 4 damage going through on Beast, and a throw available to him. Yeah, that throw is really scary. He could choose to throw him in a lane where King T gets an attack. Yeah, he's measuring for it now.
So Jane made what 4 power on this. So yeah, I think you definitely throw the car at him, and you force a brace or force death. It's pretty good. You can still pick up the thing.
Yeah, either way, it's a victory. Burning a brace round 1
Yeah.
on your second activation. He dings. He
Yeah,
chooses to
yeah.
throw Beast into the car for an additional damage.
Yeah, there's really no reason not to do that because if he braces, then well, he's not going to brace this thing, so he might as well punch it
Yeah.
in, right?
Even if this doesn't work out, I still really like Johnny's call here. Throwing the size 3 Van into Beast. A decision now for Johnny.
This is tough. Because I feel like Brace essentially says King T has to come kill me now.
Curtis Beast took 4 on the attack and 1 from the throw into the car. He's choosing the roll on it. Currently blocking 2. Only blocking 2, so Beast is going to go down
Could
here.
survive.
And Jane picks up. This is like best possible scenario right now for Sooner. Getting early attrition advantage while also maintaining extract parity.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny doesn't have survival or anything like that either, so it might be hard to keep Beast up after start of next round. I guess Johnny has priority. They're equal with, so never mind. Yeah. So maybe I liked what Johnny's doing. He took a gamble.
Yeah, I mean I've definitely seen plenty of Jane attacks whiff, so I don't think it was. I don't know the math on that. A Beast with 4 dice. There's a world where that works out pretty well for him. Psylocke moving up here, picking up the extract and going to sit on the point.
Yep, pretty standard activation. Should probably, yeah. I don't know.
Are you thinking that maybe she could have sat in a position to be within
Yeah,
2
I
of
feel
Jane?
like you want to sit in range 2 to get your martial artist online and be able to attack because she's not going to have combat enhancement power next round. But I don't know. Maybe
Mbaku moving up
spot
here
blocking or
to
something like that.
sit in a position where I don't think. Well, I guess Apoc would still have line of sight on him because Mbaku's being size 3 and it's a size 3 building, so. But still making it difficult for Apoc to get a shot in. Notable that Mbaku can't push Blob with his attack, which is normally a push sizeless. So cool little bit of tech there. Or cool
Doesn't
interaction, I should
M'Baku
say.
have some kind of like can't be pushed thing also? Or he just doesn't take character collision, right?
No, he has both of those things. So Mbaku can't be pushed by models that are smaller than him?
I think it's size 3 or less.
Yeah, okay. Is it same size
He
as
is size 3, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So Johnny could take a shot at M'Baku. I like that line. Just make the energy gun into him.
Yeah, with 7 VPs on the board and you having a model days round 1, I don't think you're too worried about going down on a VP or 2 when you could take a shot here and set up for next round.
Yeah, it is a little risky though because if you do damage here and then your Apoc's going to make an attack, you do put bound online. So
yeah, so Magic does poke 1 through on Luke Cage, giving a power over to King T. If Sooner remembers it? Oh, looks like he's
yeah, I
going.
don't
Yep,
know.
there it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a game I uploaded recently where I probably missed the first 5, and I was so mad at myself.
Oh god, I'm so bad at playing King T2. I don't play him enough to remember it.
Curtis saying that at the start of next round he needs to put a slow onto Jane and throw her away. Yeah, I think that's a good line. All right, Sooner looking to
Yeah,
see what.
I think priority 1 would be saving your beast. I think just letting him get popped would be not ideal.
Yeah, Sooner trying to figure out what the ranges are for Apoc and a 65mm blaze with a place 2 move medium and range 3 strike. He's getting where he wants.
Apoc is so fast, man.
God, it's not Malekith levels of stupidity. I mean, it's actually probably not far off Malekith levels of stupidity. At least he isn't.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Malekith used to not have, he didn't have power to explode skulls either, right? When he could charge immediately.
Yeah.
He would just roll 7 dice. Granted, he had Pierce, so slightly better, but yeah. I don't know. Apoc basically is always attacking incinerated models, so it's really not much different.
Yeah. Okoye looks like looking to double move up to the point on the north side. So we've got a trio of Wakandans flanking Blob up there. Making
I'd be
it
curious to see if
difficult.
Johnny opts to make an attack here.
Yeah, I don't know if the answer is obvious as to what you're supposed to do in this situation with a king T on 2 power. I feel like with Beast dazing around 1, it can put a little pressure on you and make you feel like you have to do something.
Yeah, yeah,
Johnny's
I
also
definitely
pretty
think that
patient, though.
someone's going to be killing you. Someone's going to die here. This is the death match, despite what the scenario is.
Yeah, my personal rule is anything under 8 VPs, I'm definitely valuing attrition
Yeah,
more than playing the scenario.
I'm curious if Apoc is able to land next to Blob there on the point. I don't know if he's body blocked or not.
Yeah, I can't tell by the car, and I try not to move the screen too often when streaming, but maybe tilt it a bit. That's where my color commentator can look. It looks pretty tight to me.
Yeah, yeah, Blob might be farther than the range one tool, so he might be out.
It might not be a bad idea here if you're Johnny to just do a big fat pest bomb with Apoc and just like root all those models up north. Then you're not giving King T the power to bound, but you're still having a pretty impactful activation.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. Um,
Looks like that's what he
maybe.
is setting up here.
Yep, here it is. Nice
Oh
call.
yeah, he definitely sets. Yeah. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It's tight.
Yeah, I think he's good. I think he's good.
Yeah, he's on the point there, and looks like what's he spending? He spent 1 power off Apoc and presumably 1 token. Sweeping the chat says lack of Spirit of Wakanda seems iffy to me. Personally, I don't love Spirit of Wakanda in this matchup as much as like other people do, just because you've only got 2 targets that are realistically going to play it, M'Baku or Okoye. Okoye doesn't usually have the power to be able to do that. If she does it, then she can't bodyguard and she becomes useless. So really it's just M'Baku, and then you have to hope that M'Baku is in the range of King T to get the slow or whatever off King T. So if you're not going for Wakandans, I don't love Spirit of Wakanda here, Sweepy.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of look at the card Sooner has. I mean, he's got double restricted, Heroes for Hire, defensive card. Wakanda Forever is every game, and then Recal. I think he's definitely just valuing cards that help him not die, just like helping the dice math versus maybe removing some conditions here and there.
Quick call out that I missed. Apoc spent 1 power, 1 Evo token to drop roots on M'Baku, Luke Cage, and Okoye. I totally forgot he had 3 Evo tokens, which is why I didn't catch the play at the time. So just so
Yeah,
people are aware.
Magic made a
Yep.
token with the gunshot.
King T looking to move up and take a shot in a blob. It's a little tight here. You're not moving blob, but I mean six dice into 2 energy defense is okay. Blob doesn't have DR online right now. So
Yeah, I
seems
think
reasonable.
going into Blob here is a really keen decision.
Yeah, the only scary thing is that I guess Johnny with Prio can choose to lane to King T. And there's not much he can do about it. He's not in range of heroes or sacrifice or Koya bodyguard. So attack coming in here to Blob. Decent block from Blob. Mediocre hit from Sooner. Just 4 successes after the M'Baku leadership. I just thought a mediocre hit at all, actually. That's actually pretty good. He's got bound online, so it looks like he's going to take that opportunity now to potentially hop over to the central node. And he'll do just that.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so
Yeah, this is the one downside with Blob and not with Magneto or Mystique or even. He can't push people away on round one if he picks stuff up.
all right, so 4-3 to Sooner and a little bit of an attrition lead here. But I still like Johnny's position. He's got options available to him right now. He did root 3 of Sooner's 5 models, and those 3 models he rooted are a little power hungry.
Yeah, I like Curtis's opening line here with the slow with Beast and throw Jane. I think nullifying Jane is going to be definitely the start here. I don't think Johnny's too worried about the north side. I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
M'Baku would have to like go bananas.
Yeah,
something to happen, but
Jane's sitting on 4 power and King T sitting on 2 power is a really good spot for Sooner to be. Anything that Johnny does outside of just a simple throw, walk away, is going to power up King T for a big bound and an attack into either Apoc or Magic or whatever. And then Jane's got the ability to just charge back into place wherever she goes. So I wouldn't. I think a slow here and a throwaway actually would be pretty strong.
Yeah, so Beast throws short. The slow move makes her speed short. So if she charges, she just basically goes back to where she was.
Mm.
So she doesn't get on the point, which is good, unless she double walks, which I doubt. So, and I think the math on Jane one tapping Psylocke is pretty bad. So you probably, and then like Psylocke will just go lay into you. So I think you can save Jane and then um, probably keen to like play a Koya after that to make some power.
All right, what are we seeing here?
You're measuring towards what measures towards Psylocke here?
Oh, it's the wedding guest.
Oh, of course. The extract that doesn't do anything most of the time.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is like the hammer tax type thing. The
Oh
less,
man, the wedding guest effect coming in clutch for Sooner here actually.
yeah. I mean, I wonder if Johnny made a decision here. Okay, someone's attacking. Complete whiff on Johnny's side. That was Beast whiffing into Jane.
Yeah, looks like he did this the builder. Hey, he made a power at least.
Yeah, I thought maybe pushing Thor in that maybe he would do a different opening line here, but Psylocke, honestly, with a 5 and 7 die attack, probably wasn't doing a ton to Jane other than powering her up.
Yeah, no, I think you save Psylocke because if Jane goes into her, the chance she kills her is pretty low, and then you can
Yeah, here
come
comes
back.
the 4 power spent off Beast here for the spender into Jane.
Yeah, I think the builder was looking for an ambush. He didn't get it.
Another soft hit coming in from Johnny. 2 successes. Jane currently blocking none. But he is a guaranteed medium advance, and he still has the power to throw or end Pest Bomb this round if he wants to.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that coming here. He rolled the skull too, right? So he'll go to 4
Yep.
power. And yeah, I imagine he'll make spend 1 token to do the interact as well. Well, actually, I don't know if there's anywhere to go to interact. Maybe to the back, maybe to the top side. I don't even know if there's space.
Yeah, I think you just have to kind of sit on the bottom there. You do have Sacrifice online if you need to use it. But you also have to be careful because you also don't want Sooner's Jane throwing Beast twice into Psylocke.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. Jane's such a wrecking ball, man. She's a beast.
I know we talked about a slow, so leads right into my next point. Sooner spending 2 power here for the rerolls. I'm so used to spending 1 power from Steve on and Jane rerolls. A root on Jane might be stronger than the slow throwaway play that Curtis mentioned earlier, just because it hits the rerolls, hits the throw, and hits the charge. And like you said, if you're throwing her short, she's just getting back to where she was anyway.
Yeah, well, not now it's a factor because she got pushed in from the wedding guest.
Yeah. So Jane now bleeding, but I kind of like the line here now of just root her and throw her away because she's at 2 power, so she's definitely not charging either way.
Yeah, Sooner must have rerolled this because he wants to save as much damage as possible.
Yeah, so Beast, I think he just rolled on the portal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Okay. Oh, here comes another fat pest bomb.
Mm.
And then,
Yep. All right. I guess we're just going for tokens.
well, Apoc he can potentially change. Oh no, he doesn't have the power to change any of these, right? Or he could change one of
Just
them.
cost 1. You can
Yeah.
change one of them. Yeah.
I don't know if it's something he'll opt for, but maybe an Incinerate on a Luke Cage or something wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so we're seeing it come out. We've got a shock going in on M'Baku.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's smart.
Yeah, so that was what I was talking about. It was not one of the options from Apocalypse, so he spent the power to do so. We see the root go down on Luke Cage, who's poisoned and rooted, and Baku poisoned and shocked, and Okoye poisoned and rooted. So really neutering, and he's throwing Luke Cage away. So sooner with the attrition lead, but right now Johnny's done a great job of creating some pretty devastating control effects on the north side to those three models.
Yeah, this is tough because I would think about activating a Koya to try to get the bodyguard online, but you run the risk of just like getting drained by famine, which is definitely caught with your pants down moment.
Looks like he's choosing to activate Jane, or there was a tab on Jane for some reason. Yeah, Apoc really creates a really interesting puzzle. I mean, maybe frustrating puzzle might be the better way to explain it. But I really like the playstyle that he has there, regardless of whether some people say it's too strong or not. Just from a pure design standpoint, I just think it's cool that we have this essentially this playstyle that didn't really exist before him, right? People have tried Death and Taxes before.
Yeah, it's never been efficient enough. It feels like, or it always like you can't get the status effects out without doing damage.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we have just like you said, Okoye looks like she's activating and doing an attack.
yeah, I'd imagine this is the stab to try to make power. I think if you
Looks like
make
she'll
one,
be
you shake the root.
unsuccessful. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're mostly just looking to fire away, whatever activations. Making one more power here would be really nice because then they can't drain off the sacrifice
Yeah,
with
unfortunately,
famine.
whiffs again. So that was Okoye's
Oof.
activation. Attack twice, whiffed, so she was unable to generate power. So unless she takes any damage, which I can't imagine Johnny would attack her at all this round, she'll be useless next round as well. Outside of a
So you can
sacrifice.
sacrifice into her, yeah, unless Blob takes it off with the famine hop, which could happen.
All right, Apoc is going into King T here.
Oh boy, big dice. Here we go. Apoc's type not really mattering here. King T is just 444.
Big blocks from Sooner, though. So right now only dealing one at the moment.
Yeah, love to see 3 blocks.
Shock is nice, but King T will still be able to roll 7 after the bound. All right, another attack coming in. Another big hit coming in from Johnny. 5 successes so far, 2 crits. Only 1 block on Sooner side. Doesn't convert either of the crits, but he does have 5 Evo tokens. So potentially we see some rerolls here. 4 going through at the moment. Yeah, he spends all the money, as he would say, to try to shoot for more. 6 successes as soon as 1, so he'll take 5, so he's still going to be alive. No
I'm a
wild from
little,
Johnny, though.
I'm a little bit behind you. Or is he debating a recal? Maybe.
No,
No, I guess
Sooner
not.
Sooner took the damage, yeah. I mean, you're not happy
Yeah,
about
maybe.
that as your Sooner, but the fact that you still get to have your activation, I think you feel somewhat okay about that.
Yeah, I think surviving is perfectly acceptable. Just getting the activations what matters, and maybe you'd probably save the recal for war or something like that later.
Johnny choosing to put Apoc through, which I was not expecting. He does, yeah, I'm expecting maybe to be pest bombing Jane here.
Yeah, he hasn't used a power. I'd imagine if he did damage on the first attack, he would have deathed into King T, but it didn't work out.
So I think what we saw here was 2 misses from Apoc. Oh, Brady calling out. His goal was to get to the center intrusion point to Pestilence and kill King T with that.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
That was a good shout, Brady. Brady, by the way, is going to be my next guest on Variant Cover. We're going to talk some Dormammu.
He's the guy.
He's
He's like
probably
the
the
only
only
one playing him
guy.
right now.
I brought him to my LVO qualifier on Saturday and sadly pulled no scenarios for for Dormammu.
Wait a minute. Did Apoc miss
Yeah, he
again?
missed twice. So
Oh my
Sooner
god.
dodging a really big bullet there.
Wait, so no, he could still die. I think. Yeah. I think Johnny's got one more roll.
No, he rolled on that
Oh no, no,
point
no, no, because
originally.
he got put back where he
Yep,
started. I'm sorry.
yep.
Yes.
So he's gonna pest
Oh my
bomb.
god, that's crazy RNG.
That's intrusions, baby.
Yeah.
Puts a shock on Luke Cage. Putting what condition is that? Slow on Okoye. Putting a root on M'Baku. Well, I'm mildly surprised he didn't spend one power, but I guess he wants to hold that for sacrifice.
Wait, he spent 2 power on
Yeah, he's
Pestilence Bomb, right?
yep. So I was saying is he could have spent a power to change one of those conditions to something potentially
Hmm.
more impactful, but he definitely wants to hold that power for sacrifice play.
Yeah, and I don't think you like Incinerate is super useful here. You don't have
Sooner
much more
whiffing,
offense in the tank this round.
Sooner whiffing on the intrusion roll as well. He's rolling again. He also whiffs again. So we've had 4 straight intrusion misses.
Oh god, I hate this secure so much.
Honestly, I was wondering if
Yeah,
maybe
man.
staying on that Psylocke portal and just trying to eliminate her and taking the extract
That's
wouldn't
what
have
I
been.
was saying. I was like bound out of martial arts and just light her up.
When you see 3 failed intrusion rolls, you have to assume there's a fourth coming, right? Like,
Yeah. Or the opposite, you're like, surely it can't fail again.
oh, I think Sooner is one of those guys where it would fail every time. He's got that kind of luck. Like,
Yeah, I'd be really interested to hear the comms
yeah,
over that.
I've
I'm
seen
sure we
it
heard.
in real life where I've seen Sooner get dice, and it is hilarious how it'll keep steamrolling.
Oh yeah, he's very animated. He's like, I can't even. I don't even know what he would say, but he definitely is very animated. I'm sure Johnny said Apoc like pooped his pants or something when he missed. So
All right, so we have King T bounding here. Oh, good. He's still in range. All right, so he's still going to get a double tap into Psylocke here. And I think he should be able to move her to. Oh, it's going to be tough to move her within 2, though. So 7 dice coming in, energy from Panther here. Not the hit he was looking for, but could be worse. Do we get a wild? No. So 4 successes into Betsy's 1. She'll be taking 3 damage. Now the question is the push. I don't know if he's got a great angle here to get her in range of a spender.
yeah, I mean, would you take the spender and the martial arts, or just the spear without martial arts?
It's tough because I kind of like the idea of spender and get to the point, but spender's 7 dice. You're not in a,
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
not a
Yeah,
bad.
you could spend her and go to the midpoint.
There's also potentially a world where, Jane might end up going through a portal or something, so he can try to get a further attrition advantage. So he does successfully push Psylocke towards him. Is it within 2? It is. So
Should
I'm
be.
assuming we'll see the spender here. All right, so it'll be 7 dice physical into Psylocke with a medium advance afterwards and potentially a throw on this.
Oh boy. Johnny's got recount in the tank. I would be. It
Big
would
hit
be.
here. Three crits. Sooner
Oh
still has
god.
his wild leadership on the board. Yeah. So currently sitting at 7 successes. Let's see if Johnny decides to burn recal. He's debating it.
Yeah, no skulls anywhere is definitely a spicy meatball.
You talked about it recently. I think it was you right on Danger Room talked about recal value. Maybe I made that up.
That
Maybe it
was
was
Deaton. He said that.
yeah. I thought that was a really interesting conversation. I definitely have
Yeah.
done some bad recals in my time, and I've looked back at, okay, that was something that if I held. So we are seeing the power come out here. Recal is on the board. So Sooner's re-rolling, what, 10 dice? 11 dice?
Looks like 10.
Oh, because he's shocked, yeah. Only 3 successes on Sooner's side to 2 successes from Johnny.
Oh
Recal,
my god.
Recal doing
What a
Recal things,
what
but
a recal.
he does get the wild, so he will get the throw. So he can poke 2 here and leave Psylocke alive at 1, or just throw her away. I might want to angle.
Recal deal 50% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, he's looking to throw her outside of range 4 so that she can't Cybo and get in, and then do her little short advance after that.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get the Cybo outside of Jane. Yeah, he doesn't have a bound here, right? He's just King T's just done after this.
No, King T does get the medium advance.
Oh, he's at the main event. Yeah, he bounded to get in. You're right. Yes, I'm following.
So I don't hate just digging her for a damage here. It's if she can hit that
Yeah.
dumpster, which I think she can.
So, I mean, putting a damage on her does let her combat
Oh,
enhancement. So maybe you probably don't do it. You make her make the Cybo first.
Sooner opting to ding her for a damage.
Okay. F it. We ball.
I think what I like about it is that it potentially forces Johnny to go with Psylocke next, and dictating your opponent's activations is often a good tool.
Oh, this is cool. This is really cool, actually. Oh wait, no. I'm thinking. I'm dumb. No, King T's rebuke does not work like Ghost Rider. It's just Zemo 1.
Yep. All right, so King T's
I was like,
activation
oh
is
yeah,
done.
if she shoots Jane, then King T can kill her. But no, don't listen to
I
me.
don't know if I caught. I don't know if Psylocke took the damage for that.
She did. I think
Yeah,
she
she
had
did. Yep.
3. She has 3
Yep.
blocks because of martial arts.
Yeah, I just still surprised the 10 dice didn't quite. Again, that's the sooner dice like that we talked about.
Marvel baby.
All right, Psylocke deciding to spend her 2 to short advance into range. And she's going to swing into Jane, I assume. Oh, no. She's attacking King T with a Cybo.
Yeah, I think going into Jane is spicy business,
All
especially
right,
with no power.
all right, so he's not. Oh, this is actually worst case scenario for Johnny, because he's going to get the advance.
Oh
But King
no, he could
T,
get counter strike
yeah, he
here.
gets the clap back. Is the advance towards, or can she move
You
out of range 3?
Oh no, Sooner has 3 blocks. She actually can't reroll through it. The Cybo is towards, so she can't
Okay.
escape it. I wonder if it was more savvy to sit outside of range 3 when you do the Cybo. I don't know the measurements, like if you could still be in range 2 of Jane or something like that. Well, I guess you hit the pursuit, right, and walk in, so maybe, We'll see what Counter-Strike does. Is it coming?
I love a Counter-Strike death.
Alex
Hey,
Box
he
ripped
got it.
the...
Oh,
Oh,
it's only 1
no.
damage, though. Oh, I was thinking she was alive on 1. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So, does not get her.
She survives.
She's alive on 1.
Yeah, I had a Zemo 2 damage Counter-Strike into Alex Bots at the first squad goals, and he yelled a very loud expletive and walked away from the table. It was, it was very funny.
I did that to
You
Emil
hate
at
to see
ACO
it.
last year.
Yep.
It is a bad feeling when that happens. I didn't see the damage going to Psylocke yet. I don't know. They're talking about something. Conversation is being had.
Oh, somebody's chat saying it was an attack.
Oh.
Sooner opted to not Counter-Strike. He just rolled, obviously, he has 4 dice on the block, right?
Yeah, that makes sense because Johnny rolled a bunch of dice, and Sooner also successfully blocked it. So I guess Johnny's thinking about rerolls here.
Psylocke's got an activated token. I think
it's
she's
not.
done.
All right.
That was a rough turn from Betsy. You hate to see it. Kind of got to get the activation, I feel like, and regardless. And I don't think going into Jane would have been smart, so I think he
Yeah.
did the best he could with what he was dealt. We're just playing out of the whole of this failed intrusion rolls.
It's been a roller coaster. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
See how many conditions we can get on Wakanda models this game.
Yeah, it's yeah, Apoc is the condition machine. Some people say Pestilence is too much. They're like the auto AoE is just too much.
Yeah, I think it might be. I'm not ready to say it is, but I'm definitely. If someone wants to argue that it is, I also wouldn't argue back. I haven't played against Apoc enough to know, right? Enough against really, really strong Apocs.
Yeah, it's tough. Pestilence definitely can be a problem. I think kind of it kind of poops on bodyguards here, but I don't know. Maybe that's good for the game. Bodyguards are typically pretty strong. Having some counterplay towards that is good. I didn't hear anything actually.
Oh, perfect. Noise canceling headphones, baby.
Yeah. Sooner's definitely debating something here.
He's looking for his outs. I mean, he's got an obvious activation with Jane, but I think he wants to find a little bit more value.
Yeah, I don't think there's any urgency in activating Jane right now.
An attack is coming in here. Good attack is coming in here. Only 5 dice, so you imagine it's either Mbaku. It's probably Mbaku. Potentially Cage and Apoc. It was an
Yeah, I
attack
like
and a
going.
beast. Yeah. Beast spending to reroll. So it's got to be Mbaku into beast.
Yeah, chat's saying he shook the shotgun in Baku. I like it. Getting power on Mbaku, turn on the heroes for hire if you need it.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's also got 2 power. Oh no, he's rooted, so he can't throw.
Good beast block. It's probably what he wished he got first round.
Yeah, I mean he spent to reroll, so
That's fair. That's fair.
I got a power back from it. I don't think you had many other good options this sooner, so it's kind of like why not just get the attack in with Mbaku? You really couldn't push anyone, but maybe you get an extra damage so you can either throw some terrain before Blob can. Yeah, here comes Blob into Mbaku.
Yep. Now, so
Uh,
Blob cannot push Mbaku off this objective, right?
well, you got the leadership. I thought it was Mbaku is model smaller than him, but oh, good hit coming in from Johnny.
Check.
Here comes the
Where's
terrain
Suki when you
throw.
need him?
Choosing to brace here. Yeah, not a lot of other opportunities to brace, so I like that.
Okay, yeah. So Baku can't be pushed or advanced by size 3 models. By physical attacks, energy attacks from size 3 or less models. So yeah, Blob cannot push him with his builder, but he can throw him with the body slam.
Oh, here comes a hero's play on the second attack.
It looks like Blob yeeted the Daily Bugle.
Yep.
Here's the brace.
All
Oh,
right.
I'm just behind you. Okay.
All right, so Johnny just 2 going through so far. Oh no, it looks like Cage is going to block all of that. Potentially a push here. If Luke Cage is on the point, then he'll have to roll to see if he gets pushed. Let's see, is he on the point? He is. No, he's not.
Yep.
He's just holding a wedding guest.
Oh no. Wait, 1, 2, 3. There. Oh, there's the wild. Oh, was it just a builder again?
Yep.
It wasn't a body slam. Okay.
Are you watching on the stream chat, or are you watching in the game?
I'm watching stream chat. Or sorry, the
Oh,
stream itself.
did Johnny not send you the?
Oh,
I didn't even realize Johnny didn't send you the
oh
room.
yeah, I never logged in CTS. It's all good.
Oh, you know what? I couldn't tell until just now that you were behind me. So
I think I even said I was behind you earlier,
you
but
did, and
yeah.
I was like, that's so weird. I've never had that happen in TTS before. It's uncharted territory.
I've got precognition.
That's right. I got the play by play. You got the color. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the push here
Cage is a
coming on
big block.
Cage. I'm not sure what Johnny's looking to do here. If he's trying to maximize something. I think he's trying to push him to be within 2 of Apoc, so that he can set up a war or death or something next round.
Important to note that Blob does still get thrown by Heroes for Hire because it's not an attack.
That is a good shout. Do you throw into magic or do you just displace him?
Um, I think you definitely throw him into somebody. Uh,
He throws in the beast.
I
He's throwing him
Yeah,
currently
I
in
think
the beast
honestly,
right
I
now.
think you throw him into Beast because Magic. Oh no, Magic doesn't have 6 health yet. I was like,
Yeah.
Magic can't die to the throw, but she actually can right now. So,
All right, so here comes
uh,
4 damage into beast. Beast's gonna roll on this. Oh no, he's still got
yeah,
brace available, so he might brace this.
I think you have to brace it as Johnny. But I do like the throw into Beast because Beast's already activated. If you throw into Magic and she tanks it or something, then she has a bunch of power to kill you. So,
Yeah. Some love in the chat for Luke Cage. Let me tell you about this guy sooner, all right, Chewie? He talked me out of Luke Cage in my Avengers list. I think he was trying to sabotage me.
that sounds exactly what he was trying to do.
We played a game where I was playing Pyro and Luke Cage, and then afterwards he talked me out of it. He's like, I don't think you want either of those models. Look, what is Curtis playing in Avengers right now? Pyro and Luke Cage. So just before people say I stole that shit from Curtis, when I inevitably go back to it, remember people, Sooner talked me out of that. Now, why am I so easily swayed? That's a different issue.
Yeah, so Beast braced here. I like it. If Beast somehow craps the bed and rolls no blocks, he would be dead. So I like it.
No, Chewie. She's 5 health for this game. Johnny put 1 damage on her just to make sure that's not going to be an issue later. So while it shows 6 health on the screen, they're playing old school Magic. The just Carl updated the mod ASAP because he's a baller like that.
Yeah, he's a crazy man. I don't know how he does it. Work from home. That's probably how.
Yeah, it definitely helps. All right, so that was Beast's activation.
You mean? I think you mean Blob.
Oh, Blob's activation. Whoops. All right, Sooner looking to get Luke Cage back in the action. Maybe set up a taunt or an attack. It's going to be hard to generate power when you've got a 4 dice attack, physical, into 4 defense models.
So who's scoring this North Point? It's tied. No, it's tied. Yeah, because Beast doesn't count.
Correct.
It's 2-2. Yeah. Everyone's on that point up top except Luke and Magic.
Seems that way to me.
Yeah.
Sooner's tabbing. Or that's Johnny
Yeah, it's like
tabbing.
he's measuring Luke Cage throw the car into something. Must be Apoc because I think he's blocked otherwise.
Yeah, I could see a world where he just tries to throw some damage into Apoc and then maybe even gets risky with Jane. You could maybe attack Psylocke, throw her, do some damage to her, and then pop through and hit Apoc. Oh, we're seeing. Oh no. He was just flipping his heroes. There's so much going on that North Point.
Yeah.
I'm not
Definitely the
sure.
opposite of what you want to be doing with Pestilence, but hey, we're making it
Yeah.
work.
Well, I don't know. With the 9 conditions he handed out over the here, I don't know if we could say he was making it work.
Yeah, there's not much else to hand out at this point.
I think Sooner's just trying to find a way to be on the point and still make an attack and throw, but there's just too much there for him to figure it to do that. He's also a little worried about
Yeah,
Magic, I imagine. Magic sitting on 3 power means that she can throw a gainer and then spend her.
yeah, yeah. It's tough. I don't know if you want to really go into Okoye here. She can. Sooner could sacrifice. Famine never took off the Okoye power.
Oh, good call. Sooner is at 1 power, so he doesn't have a lot of options available to him. He needs to punch through, get 2 damage in order to throw something. Since he's rooted and he's poisoned.
Yeah, it's tough. Like normally, I would be like maybe you walk in and punch Magic or not Magic, but Beast and make a power, and then you could taunt the Magic attack. But yeah, Root and Shock are problems at the moment.
Yeah, I think Sooner just has to accept this is going to be a bad Luke Cage activation, and even something like a move shake or double shake may not be as bad as it seems. You are left with no options, so you're just trying to find what's the least terrible option at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't. I think if I was him, I would play Jane here, but I don't. I don't know. Maybe.
Jane can maybe. Actually, she can't even pop through the portal if there's not enough room. I'm going to move this and just actually give people a bird's
No,
eye
she would
view.
drop her thing, which you don't want to do. But
I think there's room next to Beast and Blob to sit on that point. All right, so Cage does go through, and he's swinging a 4-die attack. He does get 2 successes, aka 3 successes, because of the M'Baku leadership. 1 block coming in. I
wow,
assume that's Beast. Yeah, a reroll coming in from Beast. So currently poking through 2 on Beast, which is exactly what he wants. He now has power to either throw or taunt.
jeez, I'm so behind. Wow, he punched through 3 with the shock.
Yep. Right,
Unreal.
he only needed 2 success. Yes, he had 3 successes because of the leadership. 2 damage goes through onto Beast.
Woo.
That's Luke Cage's activation. Opting not to throw the car, although maybe he might not be in range. I might be just out. Just Jane left to go for Sooner, and we've got Johnny with just Magic left. We've got Magic near the North Point alongside Blob, Beast, M'Baku, Apoc, Okoye, and Luke Cage all sitting on the North Point. Extract holders for Johnny are currently Blob and Psylocke. Psylocke with just 2 health remaining sitting on Johnny's South Point with a lot of damage in her face between Jane and King T.
I like the decision to not throw the car because one, it costs 3 power, leaves your Luke on 0, and he's poisoned, so he'll just be on 0. And there's also your only like viable target to throw it into would be Apoc, which is not
Yeah.
really something you're looking at doing right now.
Chewie asks, do you pop Wakanda Forever during Jane's activation? You have 5, reroll 2 into a martial artist on Psylocke. I guess that's really the crutch of it. You potentially are doing 2 or 3 attacks in the Beast. So maybe you daze Psylocke and you get Beast with that, Chewie, so maybe that's not a bad call. Alright, Magic moving up here. She's choosing to use 3 power to teleport. I'm going to check if she's on the point. She is. So now Johnny is winning that point. He's got 3 models to Sooners 2. 3 healthy models to Sooners 2. An attack comes in here.
No, Sooner has 3. Luke is on the point, right? I see the thing
He's
above
not.
said it. Oh, he's not. Okay.
Yeah. 2 blocks on the Sooner side. 2 hits going through for Johnny with a Pierce. So right now we're looking at 1 damage going through onto M'Baku.
Mm. That was just a soul sword in M'Baku.
Yep. So now we have a second attack coming in. She spent 2 power, so it looks like she's doing her war, which is a big
Yeah.
war. 1 crit, 2 wilds, 1 success, 1 hit rather, to just 1 block on Sooner's side. So it looks like M'Baku's going to go down here, because that's going to be... Well, he can only modify 1 blank.
I wonder if this is the recal.
It might have to be, especially if you're looking to set up any kind of Wakanda Forever. No, he chooses to go down on M'Baku. M'Baku wasn't holding anything, so it doesn't give
Yeah.
Johnny any kind of VP lead here. Johnny was already winning the secure.
Yeah, I think you only recal if you're looking to like Wakanda Forever, take out Beast, but he would have done that already if that was his plan.
All right, so
On the Luke turn.
Jane is going into Psylocke, who's got 2 crits, so she's blocking. She blocks all of the successes from Sooner. So unfortunately, no rerolls coming in for Sooner. Another attack from Sooner's Jane into Psylocke. Psylocke blocking 2, Sooner doing 2. We still have crits to roll in. Sooner whiffing again. No wilds on either attack to throw her. Jane takes a bleed damage. It looks like she's activated.
It's definitely a sad Jane turn, but not the worst thing in the world. You're still scoring that secure, and you leave Psylocke on 2, and I don't think Psylocke's looking to activate first with priority. So, well, I don't know. Maybe she is. King T is on 1, but maybe you just go with Apoc and
Yeah, I think if you're sooner,
just
you
kill him with Pestilence or something.
Johnny, you might want to just try to eliminate M'Baku, but M'Baku is within 2 of Okoye, so there's a sacrifice play.
Yeah, still a lot of cards in the tank. Uh, should probably be maybe 2 swing turns here. I think 3 and 4.
Yeah, sooner with the 7-6 lead, but the attrition advantage has swung back to Johnny. I don't want to say advantage, that's not the right phrase. It looked good for Sooner early, but now I think it's a much more even game. It could really go either way depending on how the dice roll.
Yeah, it looks mostly even. I think Sooners taking what 7 damage.
I do like an early Psylocke activation here to try to eliminate
Sorry,
King T's
14.
activation. Like Sooner has Sack online, but you imagine between 2 attacks from Psylocke, she pokes through the one on King T. Oh, Curtis calls out double tap and then Pestilence, and maybe you get M'Baku and King T this round. Yeah, that could be a huge swing.
Oh, yeah. Right now, Luke Cage can taunt, which is a big. You just bodyguard for nothing.
Yeah.
So, and you got sacrifice. I don't know if we'll see a King M'Baku go down here. There's a lot of cards left. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a sacrifice and and I think you obviously spend the sack and you spend the taunt here to make sure that M'Baku is able to activate with 7 power. You probably even Wakanda Forever. You really want to Wakanda Forever when you can get your King T into position, but
Yeah.
Johnny's just not going to let you do that. Chewy, did he add power to King T for damage taken? I am unsure about that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he did.
Yeah, I feel like King T should probably be at 5 or 6, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. I don't remember where King T was last round. Chat's saying he missed it. Well, Chewy, I can't say anything not just from the perspective of a streamer, but also from the perspective of being critical, because I have missed so many King T power ups.
Yeah, as you can see, I didn't even notice it. As I said earlier in the cast, I'm horrible at remembering King T power.
Yeah, Sooner did recently pick up Wakanda too, so he's getting the reps in now.
Yeah. A Force power, on the other hand, never forget it.
I think Sooner's plan is to take this to NashCon, so he's got another 6 to 8 weeks to practice this.
And NashCon's in August?
I
Yeah,
believe so.
sounds about right.
Are you going this year?
Not at the moment. I don't really have any plans other than WTC and LVO.
Nice.
So, but
Johnny looks like he's activating Beast first. He's choosing to go through the portal here. Beast sitting on 3 power and 3 tokens here, so I definitely see a Pest Bomb in King T's future. Oh, you
important to note,
notice
Beast
he can
cannot
throw.
auto kill
He could just
King
throw
T.
King T into Jane.
He can do that. Yeah, you could. Brace is offline. You're right.
Yep.
He can 100% do that.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
Is that the first successful intrusion roll this game?
It is the first one, I believe. Yeah, I think we're shooting 1 for 5.
Yeah, seems good.
Johnny played the power back on Beast. I guess he's rethinking his choice here. Maybe he's considering an attack, which might be a little risky with King T. If King T doesn't take damage, I don't know. I think you can clap back even without taking damage. Okay, here comes the power. So he's gonna throw King T. No, he is choosing to root King T and root Jane, generating 2 tokens. Okay, so he's doing this for like maximum greed, and I say that in a positive way because now he's going to throw King T and a Jane, which will daze her, but still generates 2 Evo tokens because he pest bombed first. So that was smart on Johnny's
Very
part.
smart. Very smart.
Yeah, just playing optimally right now. Jane rolls. Jane blocks it. Jane being
That a
greeted
girl.
means that she has to spend all 4 of her power right now in order to charge or throw terrain. Alright, here comes some sort of attack. I guess there's only one attack that can be made, which is into Jane. Big hit, 5 successes.
Woo. Uh-oh.
Jane blocking nothing. And 2 skulls, so it doesn't seem like it's worth 3
Oh
power.
boy.
He spends 2 power to reroll. Should have been 3 there because she's rooted. Blocks 1. Oh, he spent the extra power. Good, they caught it. So Jane taking 4 damage on that. Not ideal at all.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that puts him in a really rough spot because you really don't want to activate Jane next because you don't want M'Baku going down. Man,
No,
Immortal...
Bucker should be fine. He's got Okoye and Luke hang
That's
out.
true. So I guess maybe you activate Jane next.
Yeah, I think I would 100% go Jane and get rid of Psylocke and
Another
Beast.
attack coming from Beast here, which I believe should be the Spender. Big whiff, making up for the huge success he just had. So
Marble dice.
Yep. Obviously, the Builder does 5 and the Spender does none.
Yep.
But I'm sure if you average out the 11 dice, it probably does equal the amount of damage she took or something like that. It's just math is weird. Beast, because it was a Spender, now gets to advance away. So we're going to zoom out a little bit further here.
Yeah, chat's saying they missed the ambush, which is correct.
Oh, because it's a must, right?
Yeah, the Builder definitely had a wild. It was like 2-1-2.
Yep.
Yep.
I think ultimately it's not going to be a huge difference. He's just slightly further away. Like Jane,
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal.
yeah, Jane can still. The only thing that might matter is that if she whiffs an attack in a Psylocke and gets a throw, there's a line where maybe she hits Beast, but again.
Well, now just Jane's time to kill the world. Hopefully.
Yeah, she's sitting on 5 power. She would have to spend 4 for a charge. I think Sooner probably wants to be a little greedy here and try to get Jane. Try to get Psylocke without having to spend the rerolls on the charge. I might rather just
Well, the brace
charge.
is offline.
Yeah. I might rather charge to the other side of Psylocke so that you can, even if you whiff, you could throw her into the scooter. And then you're within 3 of Beast for an attack and some kind of throw, maybe. I'm not sure.
Agree.
I'm not sure what the setup is.
Yeah, you can get next to the. You might be able to get the taco truck.
He's definitely looking right now to see how to be within range 3 of Beast. Nasty, I don't think you leave here at all. When you see he needs to do some attrition damage here, and letting Psylocke activate seems like a mistake. You need to get a swing here, so eliminating Psylocke and Beast seems like by far the best course of action. And it's clearly what Suna's
first
looking to line
priority is
up.
definitely dazing Psylocke here.
There's also a world where if Sooner got really greedy or lucky, he could maybe throw Psylocke to be within range 2 of Beast on the first attack. Just Spender. And get both of them, which would be kind of sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you get to range 2.
On a throw?
Yeah, like if you get Psylocke into the range 2.
He's spending 4 right now. Looks like he's choosing to charge. So he's going to go with that initial line I outlined, which is charged within range 3 of Beast. Probably swinging a Psylocke.
Yeah, interesting. He's opting to let Psylocke have martial arts. It's risky.
He wants to be on the point, right, to try to score 2 VPs with Jane.
Yeah. I think I would just go max
Another
damage.
huge whiff. He is re-rolling too. Jeez
Yeah, it
Louise.
doesn't
Another
even
huge
matter.
whiff too. Yeah, you hate to see it.
Ugh.
Yeah, all he needed there really was the wild to at least push another damage through. So he's going to do another attack here, presumably into Psylocke. This time he does get the wild, which is 2 successes. Of course, Psylocke blocking 3, so it's not going to matter there.
Yep. Yep. Jane doing her best to not get nerfed on stream. Oh boy. Yeah, now you have nothing. Oh god. What is it? Jane's made 4 attacks and she's rolled like 2 hits or something? Like not even success like damage, just like 2
It's
hits.
there's right? There's times. Oh, he does throw some terrain though. Looks like to get Beast. Oh,
Uh
maybe that was not into Psylocke. Maybe that was in the Beast. So those,
ah.
yeah, because Beast chose to spend power to reroll. Okay, so not the worst activation because that wild was 2 successes and a throw. So he
Oh,
does get
because of leadership.
Yep, he does get exactly what he needs there. So
Okay. It's a
so
lot less
so
of a catastrophe.
yeah, it's still a good impactful activation. You didn't get the ceiling, but you also didn't get the floor.
Yep.
So like while it's frustrating, you're still not as unhappy as you could have been. I will say though, and I'm sure like Chewy and Deaton in the chat know, uh, Sooner has stories sometimes about getting diced or how bad his dice were. And then you see something like this happen, you're like, oh, maybe he wasn't telling a tall tale.
Oh, Sooner's the king of saying that he lost the game in the middle of the game, and
Yes.
then he'll be like, "No, I won that game."
All right, so we're seeing an
Like when it's
attack
over.
come in here. Sooner blocking nothing. It was 5 dice, so I'm thinking it's either blob or it's magic. Magic gets a power, so it was magic. She pierced whatever block was on Sooner's side. So 2 damage going through on M'Baku. Notable that he did not choose to taunt or sack. Not in range to taunt, so he's holding
I
right
think
now
he's
the
out of
sack.
range of taunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Magic presumably going to make another attack here in M'Baku, and you have to imagine we see the sacrifice. The good news for
Yeah.
Sooner is that 9 power in M'Baku means double spender time into Apoc. And while Apoc,
Do you want to double spender APOC though?
once
Maybe.
you're going to get sacrificed, presumably into Blob, but then you can't throw Blob. Oh no.
You can't throw blob. You got to punch through immortal servants, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you still get, I think double spending still gives you the opportunity to do potentially 5 attacks this round if you want to with Wakanda Forever. And like I think Sooner might be feeling some sort of pressure right now based on King T going down, Jane kind of whiffing rolls. We're seeing a sacrifice coming from Sooner into Okoye.
Yeah, you got to get these conditions off of Koi.
Great blocks from Okoye. So she won't complete whiff from Johnny. So we're not going to see Okoye get the power she
Oh
so
god.
desperately wants.
Oh god, this is a clown fiesta of dice.
That's hilarious. All right, so that's magic done. I think she probably even spent for war on that too. And
She's just too much of a goaded model that she's like, nah, never dying.
God, I love Okoye. All right, so Sooner's got some choices now. You imagine now that sacrifice is off the table, you have to go with M'Baku.
Yes, I think it is M'Baku time. The question is, what is he doing? I almost feel like you go hunt down Psylocke now.
Oh, Dan calls out in the chat that he thinks the Sooner missed giving himself power. I don't know if that's true, Dan. I believe he did take power. He was at 7 and then got 2 power to go up to 9. All right, so we are seeing the spender go into Apocalypse. Let's see if a sacrifice is played here. Johnny thinking about it. What you have to worry about if you're Johnny is that if you don't sacrifice this, that Apoc gets thrown into your blob.
So important to note is that immortal servants cost 2.
Yeah.
So If you don't sacrifice, you at least have that online to
Oh,
break and
finally,
block the
Sooner getting
trigger.
a big hit here. 6 successes, 7 if he chooses to use it, and he's got the Knobkery online. Converts that into 7 successes, 8 if he wants to use leadership. I doubt he uses it here. To just
This has
one
got to be
block
immortal servants,
on.
right?
Yes, I don't think you mind too much of your Sooner if the Immortal Servants comes out because you do want to get it burnt here round 3 rather
Yeah.
than have it save something round 5.
Yeah, you got to get it out of there.
With Sooner's luck, there's a good chance Immortal Servants just ends up with him not getting the Knobkery.
Yeah, chat is Apoc is actually just dead if he doesn't immortal servant here.
Is M'Baku's throw after damage is dealt?
I want to say all of this stuff is before damage on that attack.
I think you're right. It is before damage is dealt. So here comes the
Yeah,
Immortal
throws
Servants
before
from
damage.
Johnny. I think we all expected it here.
Yeah, the flurry trigger is after the attack though.
Oh, he's debating it. He's flip-flopping.
Man, I don't. I think I would just rip it immediately, but I don't know what he's thinking.
He spent it. I think he just wants to leave it there on the front side so they can read it.
Oh yeah, Sooner can go
Still,
there with it.
Sooner still I think getting a good hit here, 4 successes. And still getting the Knobkery trigger. And he's gonna get the throw into Blob. There's a world here where
All
Blob
right.
goes down.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yep. And I think the Knobkery is same target or any target. So he could
It has
do
to
a
be a different target, I
yes.
believe.
So he could choose to probably hit into. He could choose to hit into Blob if he wants. If he's feeling a little randy. All right, throw into Blob here. Let's see what we get. Blob blocking 1, taking 4, which is enough to take him down unless Johnny chooses to reroll here.
Yeah, Blob cannot reduce collision damage. Important to note.
He's choosing to reroll.
Those APOC tokens coming in clutch.
I swear I'm an unbiased commentator, but I do love seeing an M'Baku destroy the world round. So I am kind of
I
rooting for
mean,
that.
who doesn't love just Big Daddy and Baku gaming?
Yeah. Okay, here comes the rerolls. Let's see what we get. Rerolls do convert to leave Blob alive on 1. So now
No worry. Good thing I have a flurry trigger.
Yep. He needs to convert. Now, notable that Sooner still has the leadership trigger online, so if he has a little bit of a flub here, but has a wild, he could still get Blob.
Yep. No reason to go into magic. She's already activated. I think you definitely just rip it into Blob.
Absolutely. You want to take that sack target offline.
Yep. Maybe trying to
Yeah,
get the free walk off the
he's
attack. Maybe.
he's walking himself into range 2 of the car to be able to throw that as well. So if this Knobkery nets him 2 power, he's got a car throw online.
Yep. Love it.
Oh, he can only get 1 power from it. But still.
Well, and Baku's throw only costs 2. Oh, I see. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to.
Double spender, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just rip the spender again, right? And if you get another flurry going to magic or something, then you could throw the car. Yeah.
All right, here comes the attack, presumably in the Blob. Good hit coming in from Sooner. Good block coming in from Blob. Sooner not converting. Blob actually blocking the world here, so Sooner moved into place of that car so that Blob wouldn't be able to push him away. But Blob not taking damage means he also can't spend down to push M'Baku anyway.
Yep. Yeah. And Baku's definitely wedged in there pretty good.
Now the question for Sooner is, do I spend power to throw this car at Blob? Or do I just rip another spender into Apoc? He's choosing to throw the car.
Ooh,
And
interesting.
So it might seem like an odd line to take, but you can eliminate Blob's activation, and you can still have power to go through the dark portal. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Yep, that makes sense. You also can rip the Wakanda Forever here if Blob somehow blocks 3 on this car.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's a line where Sooner, because he's got an attack action left if he goes through the portal to hit Psylocke. He's got 2 shots
Oh,
if he chooses the Wakanda Forever. He hasn't used his leadership yet. I'm not saying that's the best line, but I'm wondering if that's something he's considering. Because if you leave M'Baku here, I don't think you have enough tools to keep him alive against Apoc.
I don't know if you move him anywhere. I mean, if he goes anywhere, Apoc's following him and annihilating him, right?
That's true. There's an intrusion portal that Apoc can also use
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I did not
Assuming
consider.
he can roll intrusion portals.
Big F, big F.
Yeah, yeah. Always have to assume you're gonna hit it.
To be honest, he doesn't even have to hit it. If he just ends up in the middle, he can walk place 2 and hit M'Baku.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, M'Baku. M'Baku attacking into, I think, Magic here. 3 successes so far. No blocks on Magic side. 4
This is second
successes.
action attack.
Yep. So Magic's gonna
Yeah,
go
okay.
down. Yep.
Woo! Baku Gaming at its finest. Kill 2 models,
He's choosing.
burned a card.
Let's see. What's he choosing to do here?
Yeah, okay. So they're not playing with the extra life on Magic. She is just dazing at 5 damage. Yeah, yeah. That's the proper way to do it, in my opinion.
Yep.
Important to note, what would a pre-nerf would buffed Magic be living here? No. I didn't hear anything. I was just hearing silence. Baku rolled 4 on that, right? Magic blocked nothing. Yeah, she was toast even with her buff.
Notable that his pushes before damage because everything M'Baku does is before damage. Because he's a baller.
What a guy.
Yeah, M'Baku making up for all of Jane's failures this game.
Sometimes you just need Chief and the Jabari to get the work done,
He's thinking. So he's going to pick up that wedding guest. He's got 5 power on him, so he still has a recal available to him, but he's going to take 1 damage. I'm sorry, 1 attack for sure. Because Luke Cage can taunt the first attack from Apoc.
So, a bit of a spicy meatball here. You could famine hop to pull the power off of Luke, and then you could double tap M'Baku.
I like that
You
line.
have to punch through. You have to punch through the recal, but
An attack coming in here from Psylocke into Jane. Jane blocking.
At this point, you're probably fine with Jane going down.
Psylocke spending 2 to move ever so slightly into position to punch her again. Another attack coming in from Betsy, but good blocks coming in from Sooner. Only 2 successes on Betsy's side. So we're going to have Jane living on that.
Yeah. The dice on the South Point are just cringe, man. Oh my god. Somebody do something.
Shout out to the chat. I actually thought we'd have less viewers today, given that there was a lot of people posting in the content channels after I put up the link, and that people would want to play games today instead of watch games. But it's just 31 of you watching right now, which is really cool.
Oh, they're just here for our beautiful voices.
People also love a Sooner game. People show up for Sooner.
Yeah, dude, he's the people's champion. It is what it is. He's the 2-time NashCon champ. He's the season 1 TTS champ. And he's just rolling big dice pools with M'Baku and King T. What's not to love?
So just Apoc left for Johnny. Luke Cage and Okoye left. I kind of like the idea of going with Okoye here. Just maybe you get lucky and you generate power for a bodyguard. 4 dice coming in from Sooner. Presumably that's Luke Cage. Big hit, though. 3 successes, including wilds. Double wilds. We got Stagger coming in here?
Oh my god.
Tell me that was Luke Cage. It's got to be,
Oh
right?
baby. I don't know. Koi's not shocked. God, I hope it's Luke.
I don't
Oh,
see
it's so tragic. It's a Koi.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You do get the bodyguard online, so that's actually pretty good.
It is good, but man, is it?
Another hit coming
It's
in.
not the curb stomp.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Sooner, you're still pretty happy with that. Now, between Luke Cage and Okoye, you're going to keep M'Baku around to the next round.
Yeah, honestly, having Apoc and Psylocke be on low HP is pretty dope because you can just
Bodyguard
take out a
coming
bunch
in
of
here.
activation.
Oh, Apoc doing the famine hop.
There it is.
Oh, sick play.
Yeah. You famine hop out of Luke Cage's taunt range and pull the power off of Koi. Sick.
That's a really good play from Johnny. All right, Mr. M'Baku. You gotta live, baby.
I don't know if M'Baku's living through this round. Or I mean, even worst case, he probably dies top of next round. But at least you would.
Oh, don't never say never, because 2 blocks on Sooner's
All
side.
right.
5 successes
Stop
from
talking.
Johnny. Poking 3 through at the moment. No rerolls available to Johnny, so M'Baku taking 3 here. Alive with 2. And he's dropping a shock.
Oh my god.
Potential spender territory now.
Yeah, it's got to be a spender, right?
No power being spent off Johnny, though. So looks like just another builder. And a whiff builder. Just 1 success from Johnny.
Oh my god.
No successes from Sooner.
But he's still alive with 1 and 1.
Yep.
Or 1 and 0. Holy crap.
And now you move, presumably, Luke into taunt range. You take a little punch to Apoc.
What is happening? No wild either, so you can't even auto kill with pestilence at like top of next round or something.
Yeah, you're definitely not upset about that as Sooner.
Oh my god, that's just playing with house money. Ibaku's a VP right now too. Ooh baby.
Yeah, Sooner holding 3 extracts. If you're not watching, M'Baku's holding 1, Luke Cage holding 1, and Jane holding 1. You're a little nervous if you're Sooner because good chance that Jane or M'Baku go down the top, and I guess both aren't going down next round at the top.
All right, here we go with the double wilds, I believe.
Luke Cage, 1 wild coming in. So it's going to be 2 successes into 2 blocks for Johnny. So unfortunately for Luke Cage, no damage poking through here, but he is back in taunt range. And that's going to be the round here with Sooner scoring... How much is Sooner scoring? Who's got that?
Yeah, he's scoring the top point.
So Sooner scoring 4, go to 11 to Johnny 7.
Yeah, seems correct.
Brady calling out here maybe a blob splash to kill M'Baku.
Yep, body slam is big.
Could also display
Big until you don't roll the wild.
That's true.
But I guess you could rip 2 of them.
All right, so Johnny's going to have priority. He's got a token on Psylocke, who's definitely in big danger down there on the south side. So Johnny can either try to eliminate Jane's activation or take M'Baku off the board here. He's got to do a little work to get to M'Baku through taunt. Okoye does not have bodyguard up because of the root and the poison.
She's sad.
Yeah.
Luke's got taunt though.
Let's see what Johnny opts to do.
Yeah, it's tough. If you don't activate Apoc, you run the risk of King T just basically taking away half your team on his turn.
Yeah. Notable Johnny still has Sacrifice online and the first one.
Yep. Fortunately, unless you eat your Psylocke, you're going to be staggered on your first one.
All right, Johnny, considering his options.
Definitely a critical activation. Yeah,
So,
I think Apoc going down last turn would have not been good. That would have been quite bad. So I definitely like him surviving on like a few hit points.
Johnny has multiple good options here. It's just a matter of choosing the right one.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like you're going to lose either Psylocke or Apoc's activation if you go with the other one, unless you have a Jane and Baku and a King T all ready to just push you into the dirt.
Interesting the Sooner doesn't bring Wisdom. That
Yeah, I mean, it's a good card. I think it's just like you're really valuing not dying as much as you can into Apoc. I just think Recal's tremendous in this matchup because of War.
Yeah, I mean, attacking twice with King T versus not attacking because you died. Uh,
Yep. Yep.
I can see that.
The Wakandans have good hit point pools, right? They have like they're all like def 4 for the most part. They have like 7. But Jane has 8 health. Luke's got 6 with armor. So Recal can go a long way. Obviously, Okoye, if she's in martial arts, it goes a long way too.
So, Mike, if you're in this situation here, who would you activate first for Johnny?
Oh boy, I don't think it's Psylocke. Psylocke just has no power to get anything done. So it's got to be Apoc. It's either Apoc or Blob. The problem is Blob can probably survive if you don't activate him. So I think it's got to be Apoc here. It's just a matter of what are you doing with him. I think, not rolling the wild last round is brutal. There's no real way to auto kill M'Baku like with the Pestilence.
Yeah, I think for Sooner the options are a little bit more obvious if Apoc goes first, because then you're not worried about taking away his activation, although a first one play could be problematic here.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, he would be staggered unless he eats Psylocke, like I said. But I feel like if he's eating Psylocke, it's quite bad. Yeah, I don't know. King T's full health with the Recal online. You only have 2 attacks, and one of them's going into Luke Cage, unless you walk away from him. But then you're not on the portal to go deal with Jane. Letting M'Baku activate on 9 power, even shocked, just seems catastrophic.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Yeah. So I think maybe you're in a situation where you just need to dump everything to get rid of M'Baku, and then you just pray that King T doesn't light your team apart.
Okay, Apocalypse spending 2 power, presumably to Famine Hop, steal a power off Luke Cage. Is that what we're seeing here? Yes, so Luke Cage not going to be able to taunt now. No bodyguard for Okoye, no taunt for Luke Cage. 1 token on Apoc, so there are rerolls available. Alright, here comes Apoc and M'Baku. This is going to get him here. 3 crits and a hit for Johnny. 1 block for Sooner. So 6 successes on Johnny's side. And right now you're feeling pretty good if you're Johnny despite the points lead.
Yeah, I think you just got to let M'Baku die here. There's no reason to burn.
No, yeah,
Burn the Recal. Yeah.
You're banging on King T, putting you on his back, and getting
Yeah, I
you a
mean,
one
we were all
shot.
expecting M'Baku just to be dead last round anyway, right? He ended up taking an action and scored a VP, so we
Yeah,
take those, I
and
guess.
flipping blob. Yeah. All right, Apoc goes through the portal. Johnny actually succeeding on an intrusion roll this time.
So Luke Cage was not on the point then. Oh no, he got famine hopped. There's no bodyguards here. I'm following. Yes.
Yep. All right, Apoc going into Jane.
Yep.
What are we seeing here? 4 successes, including a condition. Jane blocking nothing, so a reroll here wouldn't help her, and she's going to go down. So Apoc denying 2
Yeah.
activations here.
I think this is fine. You're not super worried about it because Johnny can't score out this round. So I think you're looking at trying to take away his injured models.
Yeah.
If I was sooner.
Exactly right, yeah. You have Magic and Blob who are injured. If you want to, you could Wakanda Forever here, potentially deny the Psylocke activation, go through the portal, and it's a little greedy, but there's definitely a world where King T can one-shot both of those models.
Yeah, is Magic in range 2 of Blob for sacrifice?
I could check. Looks like she's out.
Okay, yeah. So I really like the line of King T just decimating Magic. I think that's...
Okay. King T spending to roll through the portal, and he gets it.
Yep. Psylocke's probably not going anywhere because she's got a thing. She
Yeah.
might just like double move somewhere.
Yeah, I think you. There's a good chance we see the Wakanda Forever here to get 3 attacks in. You probably.
Yeah, I think you just try to get rid of these injured models because then this, the rest of the game, there's not many tools left in the tank.
Yeah, he's within 2 of Magic, so he's going to start presumably with a builder here. Let's see. No bound yet.
Yep. So you get what, 6 with the double rerolls?
Yeah, weak hit though. Just 1 crit, 5 misses to Johnny's 2 blocks. He does roll that into a wild, and now he's re-rolling 2 dice. So just 2 successes for King D. You're certainly not going to waste. I don't think he's going to. Oh, there's no leadership left available for him. Unfortunate whiff. Magic taking no damage.
Yep. All right. Well, I think it's Wakanda Forever time, boys.
Yeah, I think you're pot committed at this point. Just a question of whether you bound.
Yep. Bound forever. Dump it with a koi. Everything into Magic until she dies, and then do what you need to do.
Sooner just trying to be careful here and figure out if you Wakanda Forever is. You have to play around Blob's push. So I could see a world where maybe he attacks with both models in the Blob and see what he gets. And then bounds and tries for the one-shot of Magic. There's a lot of lines here, and I think it's not obvious what you do.
Well, I figure if you bound and then do the Wakanda Forever, you probably can spender your next attack.
Yeah. But you are
So-
giving Blob 2 additional dice on that, and you don't get the wild throw. But you do get a reposition.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. I was okay. I see what you're saying.
No train to throw though, so Blob is a lot less scary than Magic.
Yeah,
has
double
a
body
power.
slam can definitely mess people up. So Magic is also war. So yeah, I don't know. They're both pretty threatening.
Magic is also sitting on Dark Child power too.
Yeah.
All right, we're seeing 2 power come off for the bound. So no Wakanda Forever yet.
Doesn't bound cost 3?
3 power for the bound. Yep, that's what I said.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, there's the hit he was looking for. 5 successes on his side to 2 successes for Johnny. 6 successes, and now he's got the rerolls coming in. 8 successes coming in, so it looks like Magic is going to get one shot. Although it's one-shot asterisk since it took 2 attacks.
There it is.
All right. It's definitely feeling a little bit better now for Sooner. Now you probably Wakanda Forever and Spender. Oh no, you can't.
You cannot spend her on the Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
I was just thinking. I wonder.
I still think you just YOLO it. Blob's gonna double spender you already. You don't have any more Wakanda. Like M'Baku's
Yeah.
gone, so you only have 2 Wakanda Forever models. Chance you just kill Blob, and then I think the game's locked up at that point.
Yeah, you get a 4 dice energy from Okoye and a 6 dice
Yeah.
with 2 rerolls from King T. I don't think you're getting a better shot at Wakanda Forever. Here comes the power off
Also-
King T. I didn't see it come off Okoye though.
Also, if Blob opts to push you away, you probably
big
can
whiff.
separate yourself from the body slam.
Yeah, he whiffs here. 3 successes to Blob's 1, but he'll DR down to just take 1 damage. Mildly surprised we didn't see an Okoye throw a spear, but the power is so precious in Okoye, I could see a world where he wants to. Yeah, now we get the push from Blob on King T.
Yep, Marvel dice, man. Everything is a whiff or a one shot. Okay.
All right, Johnny now has Psylocke and Blob still to go, with Luke Cage and Okoye available to Nathan Sooner. I see the Nathan sticking up at the top left. You know how hard it is for me not to say Old Prisky and Nathan every time I say their names? It's just what's up top. Extract holders at the moment are Psylocke and Apocalypse, and just Luke Cage for Sooner. Sooner's Luke Cage is healthy, so he'll be able to score that North Point over Blob regardless, assuming he lives. What's unfortunate for Sooner is that he didn't pick up that wedding guest prior to doing the Wakanda Forever. Slight misplay there.
I don't think he was in range.
Of the wedding guest?
Right, yeah. The wedding guest got dropped off of M'Baku when he died.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in range.
He did bound, though. All right, so we're seeing the spender coming here from Blob. Into King T. There's the wild. 3 successes to 1 block for Sooner, with a crit coming in here. So King T taking 2. Splash is pretty significant here because if it pushes King T away, he might not be in range to do his clapback. Which, like, normally you wouldn't do on a model with 1 damage, but at the same time, you might want to get the value out and get as much damage through as you can at this point in the game.
I would 100% rebuke Blob for sure. Any amount of damage helps. Blob also can't armor the rebuke damage.
That is true. Blob placing off King T, but doesn't look like he's within 1 of the wedding guests. He is within range 2 of all 3 of those Wakanda models. So each one should take a damaging and push short. Is King T included in that?
He is, yes. Yeah, it works like Black Panther 1's spender or Ultron 2's spender.
Yeah.
Where it's enemies. Actually, it's every model within the attacker. Which would be Blob or Ultron or Panther or whatever. So.
Well, the nice thing is there's a world where Suna scores 3 VPs this round, though.
Yeah.
Sequoia could pick up and end on that dark portal, or then he just needs 3 to win. Like if Apoc...
Yeah, so interesting thing here. Johnny really can't daze any more models. Like, I think if Johnny lets Jane activate with priority, it's a loss.
Yeah.
So.
And based on the positioning right now, that's not what he's looking to do. Is King T in range to rebuke? I think he is.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Are we seeing the power come off here? Like, giving Blob more power doesn't really matter. Blob still has an action available, but you imagine he wants to use it to get the wedding guest, and he's currently just out of range, it looked like.
Yeah, Blob's already got Spower to spend to body slam again, and he can't throw the size 4, so giving him more power is mostly irrelevant. I would definitely be using the counterattack here, especially since again he can't DR it.
Yeah, you're also not taking any other shots into Blob this round. Blob's spending... I'm sorry, it looks like the... Blob choosing just to walk and pick up the wedding guest.
Mm.
Notable that you probably won't see Sooner take any more shots into Blob this round for fear of getting pushed off the point.
So Blob is injured. I think you're safe to, unless you have like bodyguards that you want to keep together, which maybe is the case.
Yeah, now that Blob's picked that up, Max Sooner's going to score is 2 this round. Maybe 3 if Okoye decides to go through a portal and take a chance on getting the center. I don't hate it. Like going into the...
It depends on where Psylocke ends up.
I think we're seeing another splash from Blob into King T. Yes.
Yep. I think you got to
2
go
blocks
for
on
it.
King T's side, 5 successes from Johnny. So he'll be taking 3 damage. No wild. But we do have rerolls, 1 reroll available to Johnny if he wants to take it. Right now, King T taking 3 damage. He'll be alive on 1, so he's fishing for the wild right here. Oh, there's the 6th success. So King T's going to go down. Recal coming in here. All right, we're going to
There's the recal moment. Will it work out?
2 blocks for Sooner. 4 successes to Johnny. So looks like King T's going to take 2 damage and potentially another push.
Did Blob roll the wild again?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah.
And I like Blob here. He's positioning behind King T, so he'll be able to push King T towards one of the portals, giving Apoc and Psylocke opportunities to hit him next round. If they choose to drop an extract.
I mean, I think there's a chance Psylocke goes and tries to kill him now.
Yeah, I think you are. I think you're really worried about Sooner scoring out next round. So,
But I think you can just have Okoye go hang out next to him. Really confused why Sooner isn't counter-striking here. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. There's no real terrain on the board in a place that he has to worry about, but maybe that was a consideration for him. A size 1 street light still does 2 damage. So like it's easy to say that Blob couldn't use that power, but if he did have another couple damage on him,
That's fair.
He might have placed differently to throw a street light.
That's a fair point.
I have won tournament games throwing a size 1. I got
Yeah.
previous ever winner. I went 4-0 the last game throwing 3 things with Magneto. The last one being a size 1 that cost 3 power, but it did the job.
Doesn't matter if it got the job done.
It looks like Sooner is going to try to sit on that point and bodyguard King T.
Yep. Yeah, you're done with Blob body slams now, which is good.
Notable that Okoye is moving short here. He's trying to be really careful about his measurements, but I'm not sure he has a... Oh, he wants the shake action. He wants to be able to be within 2 of King T, be on the point, and have the shake action available to him.
Wait, so then we should shake the slow and then walk onto the point, right?
No, I think you shake the root so that you have the ability to bodyguard twice, potentially. Like if an attack whiffs, and she takes 1.
Poisoned?
Well, let's say,
Yeah.
If somebody pops through and she takes 1 damage, yeah.
He can get everything he wants while slowed, yeah. Okay,
so
that makes sense.
So he does decide to shake the root. Leaves Psylocke and Luke Cage left. Sooner with last activation. Sacrifice and first one still available to Johnny. first one's actually looking
I'm curious
a little
what you do with
smarter.
Psylocke here. I don't think she makes it to the middle portal. She's not Famine either. So,
I'm really curious if we see on Silex activation the first one. I mean, you'd be giving up Prio, but one singular attack, so it probably isn't worth it.
well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do you eat? You eat Blob?
It's tough because you're Plop scoring you a
And you
VP.
drop Blob scoring a VP. If you teleport with Apoc,
Here comes the teleport from Psylocke. She's dropping the extract next to Jane.
Okay.
Psylocke's going to go through and try to maybe even close this game out here.
Yeah, I don't think just farting around with Psylocke is going to get it done in the long run.
All right, so Johnny gets to go where he wants. Notable that he does not have the power to add 2 dice to Psylocke, and he doesn't have any Evo tokens available to him right now for rerolls. So Psylocke's going to do a naked 5 dice attack, presumably no Okoye, after a bodyguard.
Will Okoye do it again? Will she take one and survive?
Okay, Okoye's bodyguarding. So we're Psylocke into Okoye. 5 dice Mystic into 3 dice, or 2 dice?
It would be 3 dice.
3 dice.
Okoye is
Okay.
through Mythic.
2 blocks from Okoye, 4 successes from Johnny. Reroll available to Okoye.
Oh my god, it's happening.
I haven't seen Sooner take the reroll yet.
Oh, notable, Psylocke has a power drain, but it looks like he's going to take the right amount of damage to be able to bodyguard again.
Yeah, the shaking of the root was significant there. Yeah, so Okoye alive on 1 and now has access to another bodyguard. Yeah, so
You can't re-roll your into another block here. Smart play because of the psionic disruption from good old Betsy.
why couldn't you reroll into another block? Oh,
because then she'd take one more damage and build a bodyguard.
Good catch, good catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but great walk shake from Okoye there and doing Okoye things. Okoye bodyguarding again. Here comes another 5 dice attack. I didn't see if Psylocke spent power. She didn't, so it'll be another 5 dicer, which will get Okoye.
Yep, make 3 tokens.
All right, Okoye goes down, generates tokens for Apocalypse. 3 tokens coming in here. And that's Betsy done. Just Luke Cage left to go. He's going to walk into taunt range. I wouldn't be surprised to see a shaking of root here. You might rather see...
Man, I don't think you can daze Psylocke here.
No, I think you shake root and you've got taunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's swinging.
Okay.
Just 1 success on his side to 1 success for Johnny. I think he was hoping to generate a power there so he could... Oh, no, he wouldn't have been able to double taunt. King T setting full stock power. You know what? Even if he'd shaken root, he still wasn't going to get... He still probably wasn't going to get 2 taunts next round. There's a world where maybe he did.
Oh man, this is going to be a crazy turn. There's going to be...
Yeah, right now it's 12-10 for Sooner, but Johnny is in a really strong position. But Johnny only having 3 health left on his Apocalypse and 2 health on his Psylocke means that there's still a world where Sooner loses his models, and I'm sorry, where Johnny loses his models or activations and Sooner scores out here. So this is really anybody's game.
It's Sooner power up. Is his Okoye on 1 power?
His Okoye is on 2 power currently.
Okay.
Which makes sense. She took 1 damage and then power phase.
And is Jane on the... Jane is on the secure, right? When she died?
Yes.
I believe she was.
And she's within 1 of a wedding guest, so if Apoc doesn't eliminate Jane, then he's got 2 VPs there.
Oh yeah, no, they're killing each other. That's happening.
Yeah, we're in round 5 here.
Jane's not picking anything up. She's going through a portal and chasing people.
Sooner utilizing the wedding guest right now on Blob to move him into a position where he's going to be a lot less relevant. I like that.
Wait, no, that's not how this works.
Yes.
Oh wait, I'm behind. I'm behind. Yes, no, he's doing it correct.
Yeah, you could choose whichever secure you want.
Yes. Nice.
Yep. This just effectively eliminated Blob's activation. Really good play from Sooner. Heads up play there.
Well, Blob is famine, so not quite.
True. But not enough power on him right now to spender, so he's even with the famine hop,
Yeah,
he's probably gonna have to double move to do
he's
anything.
just ripping. He could just do the 5 dice punch into something.
So
But
right
yeah.
now, difficult decisions for Johnny. He can just double tap Jane, and there's a good chance she just dies. With 4 rerolls or 3 rerolls available to Apocalypse, Spender online, War, Death, Famine, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like Apoc probably needs 2 attacks to get it done into Jane. And then there's a chance that King T almost assuredly just kills Psylocke. And then I think that you lose if you're Johnny. Curtis's line is Apoc portals to the top, and then you famine power off of Okoye, shoot King T, and you have sacrifice for Psylocke. Seems solid. Jane can teleport and probably yeet the garbage truck at something. Just free damage laying around.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just going to come down to dice, I think.
Yeah, Ben, Luke has taunt available to him. He's only going to get 1 taunt off,
true.
presumably.
Yeah, I mean, even if you famine drain Okoye, yeah, Luke can taunt him because he'll be on the objective. Well, no, you just teleport out of taunt range.
Actually, Okoye is within 2 of King T. So he's got Bodyguard and Taunt online to keep King T alive.
Right. So, but I think the line is you famine drain Okoye, and then in the famine teleport, you just walk away from Luke.
Psylocke is death. You have Death Psylocke, Famine Blob, and then obviously Apocalypse has access to whatever. So if Psylocke does any punching here, it's not going to be into King T. Or if anyone does any punching on the north side, it's not going to be into King T.
Yeah, it's just dicey, man. It feels like everything's a coin toss, kind of, and it's just, yeah, you don't really know how it's going to go.
Yeah, chat's calling out Apoc Portal, Famine to steal the power from Okoye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good line. And then Jane can pop through the portal and throw Apoc into Betsy twice. All right, here comes Apoc into Jane. I like this line personally.
Yeah, I think Jane just has a really high chance to table you.
Yep.
So,
big whiff coming in from Johnny here. Jane blocking it, the world, and even though she didn't have to. She's blocking 4, so even if Johnny chose to use all of his rerolls, he's not going to get anything here. He could put a condition on, he puts a root on Jane, but she's got 7 power, so she's not overly concerned with that.
Notably, Jane's immune to shock, so it has to be root.
Ah, fair enough. All right, well, now you're committed.
Yep.
With Apoc, so he is choosing
So do you rip?
spend, he's choosing to do the spender with, I guess, War into
Jane does get rerolls on the spender, but you do get 3 more dice on it, so math's probably better.
All right, here comes.
Yeah, War spender. Seems correct.
Big hit. He's got 5 successes so far with 3 War hits. So that is 8 coming in right now at the moment. To 1 block from Jane, but no skulls on Jane's side, so she can reroll. She has to reroll? Yeah, 3 rerolls coming in from Johnny here. Uh, that's 9 successes from Johnny.
Oof.
So Jane has to roll into all blocks. Let's see if she does. And Jane's gonna go down here. That's a
Yeah.
big spender from Apoc. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you kind of expect that to happen. The double
War
tap.
Spender's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Is War the one you could do more than once?
Yes. Well, not APOC, but the War Horseman can. Yes.
Yeah, I definitely cheated with that once in a game I uploaded to YouTube. Or maybe I never uploaded that. Either way,
I think you're still fine though. You need 4 to win. Psylocke should just die here, and then
yeah, and then you can.
Blob can't. I guess
Problem
Blob.
is that
Yeah.
right now he can only score 3. So you might need to walk, bound, and try to one-shot Blob. And if you can do that,
Yeah.
then you can win the game.
Yeah, your King T surviving doesn't really matter if he 2-taps both these characters. Then, yeah. Important to note that if Blob's on 1 power and you have 1 Evo token, if Psylocke dies, she makes 3 tokens. So you get the
I think I like the line of Spender, Psylocke, move medium, bound, and hit Blob.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's the line Sooner's looking for. Oh, I know what he's going for. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I have no idea what this guy's choosing to do, but maybe a bound Spender into Psylocke, move to the portal, teleport through the portal, end up next to Apoc, kill him.
Yeah, your math to kill Apoc's probably way better than killing Blob.
Yeah.
If Apoc goes down, I think you win.
Yeah, I think that's the line Sooner's looking for based on his placement of the range 2 tool. You've got all the power in the world, so you can... At 8 dice, even though Psylocke is rolling 3 counting blanks and a reroll, or multiple rerolls available to her, if you throw a wild, she takes a guaranteed damage. Hell, you'd even consider throwing her in your own Okoye if you have to.
Cat's asking where the last wedding guest is. It's under the toggle telecasting button at the bottom of the screen.
We got the production values here, boys. Yes, looks like Sooner is looking
Ooh,
for
there it is.
the play that I was calling out there.
Yep. So what's better, double rerolls with King T or giving Psylocke martial arts? Oh, he's gonna spender. Never mind.
Yep.
Spender take the portal. What bound is 3, spender 7. Your power short to interact?
Spender is 8. Oh, Spender is 8 dice, if that's what you were saying.
No, I think he's a power short. Has he been? Did he gain power for Jane dying?
He did. He spent 3 power right now to bound.
Oh, bound has already been spent.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's spending 4 power now to hit Psylocke. He just needs to do 1 damage in a wild if he has to. Here comes the attack. 8 dice in the 3. King T gets the wild we're looking for. 4 successes on Sooner's side to 1 success for Johnny. Johnny blocking 2 right now. So right now Sooner's going to get exactly what he needs.
Oof.
Psylocke does have rerolls available to her. But even if she chooses to reroll, the throw damage will get her. Oh, just what Sooner needed here. So here's step 1. Now he's going to move to the point. Psylocke will drop. Psylocke was not holding an extract. Sooner's rolling. Big intrusion roll here.
I'm so
we
behind.
get it. Sooner gets it with King T. He's going to teleport right next to Apoc now. So we're going to have 8 dice, reroll 2 energy into Apoc's 4. 3 rerolls available to Apoc as well. Huge roll coming
Yep,
in.
Apoc got the death tokens.
You love to see it, as Ben would say. 4 successes for Sooner right now. 2 rerolls available. 2 blocks right now from Apoc. So not enough to get him. Do the rerolls convert? The rerolls convert. We have 6 coming in. 2 blocks from Apoc. Apoc rerolling 2. He needs to convert both of these. He does not convert. Apoc goes down.
Watch. Oh my god.
Apoc goes down. King T, Sex Panther. Let's go. 60%
The
of
alive
time works every
unwarned
time.
King T.
Dude, I think this is the best game I've streamed. So crazy. King T oh yeah, there was a wedding guest right there that he picked up. So
Yeah.
right now Sooner's sitting on exactly what he needs to win.
Yeah, you park it there so Okoye can go grab it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Johnny measuring here, realizing he doesn't have what he needs with Blob. What a game.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to be able to go to bed after this.
This game was hype.
Yeah, this is Johnny not conceding just yet. He's still looking to see what his options are, but for the 30 people in the chat watching, pretty sick.
Man, I couldn't help but think about it after Jane died. I was like, man, how sick would survival have been?
You know what, though? Sooners 5 cards he brought, played all of them, and every one of them was
That's true.
incredibly impactful. And I have to say, shout-outs to him for playing them when he did, because each time it was super impactful and extended the game. Johnny looking to... Okay, so Johnny's not out of it yet. Famine Hops moves short. He has a teleport available to him.
Yeah,
the
so-
game's not over yet. Blob is about to go through a portal and presumably chase down
Yeah.
King T.
So the thing is, if Blob kills King T,
No. Where's he choosing to go? Oh, he whiffed. He missed.
oh my
He missed the
god.
intrusion roll. He rolled a skull. So now he's going to sit next to Luke Cage and Okoye.
Wait, oh yeah, you have taunt now.
He doesn't need taunt.
Okay.
Okoye
Yeah,
bodyguard.
taunt and bodyguard. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
the intrusion roll. Jeez Louise.
Intrusions. That's what this is. That's what this game is called.
God, I hate this crisis, but I also love it. And no terrain around for Johnny to throw. I think now they're just talking about it. All right, here comes the attack from Blob.
Yeah, you might as well roll it.
2 blocks for Koye, who survives. Double walk, pickup.
Yeah, I mean, you could in theory one tap Okoye and then teleport and throw the bike at King T and kill him. But it's
Yeah.
such a ridiculous feeling.
What a game. That's Sooner taking it down over Johnny. 18 to
I
18
think
to
it'll be
10.
10.
Wow. Score definitely not showing how close that one was. That was an insane
Ooh.
game.
Wow. That was hype.
That was a hell of a game to stream. I'm glad I didn't go to game night tonight. My wife had to work late, so I just stayed home and streamed. Good thing. Shit. All right, let's join the players.
Luke Cage and Okoye, I should have just shaken Root.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, just like getting the root off of
those
them.
were I think outside of that, I played a really solid game, but those were definitely mistakes.
Yeah, I think so too. Like
And I kept forgetting
the
Royal
King T
Rebuke
power.
on-
Yeah,
Well,
like I
yeah,
yeah,
it was
like
pretty
the
cool, but he should have
yeah,
been
you
Royal
definitely had a-
Rebuking on Blob every time because it's like
yeah. I even left you like big windows too or whatever.
I just
You even
kept-
mentioned it too. It's like,
I know.
and then your brain just went blank or something. I don't know.
This is only like my 6th game with Wakanda, so
Oh
like,
damn, nice.
yeah, I just it's like my 5th or 6th game, and so it's just I always forget about Royal Rebuke.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
What a game, guys. I think that was the best game I've streamed on this channel in the year I've been doing this.
Dude,
now.
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I had a blast. So.
Yeah, it was pretty
Dude,
cool. A lot of back and forth.
Intrusions was the name of this game.
Yeah, I think there was 5
Yeah,
or 6 missed ones this game,
Yeah, there's a lot.
and they were all pretty impactful.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, the King T ones like early on, like getting justice was sweet. Where he like double failed back after I had double failed. It's just perfect. You love to see it.
Yeah, it was a real roller coaster too of dice, but at the same time, it was really easy to put that aside and see you both kept finding the lines and finding the optimal plays that was so interesting to see. I mean, what were you thinking when you had 9 conditions handed out on 3 models?
I was telling Johnny right before this, I made a couple of really big mistakes in this game, and it was when I went with the Koi, I attacked Apoc early. I got 3 power, which was perfect. And then I attacked him again, and I was just greedy trying to get more power, but I should have just immediately shaken root right there. That was a big mistake. And then Luke Cage, this last time when he walked and attacked, probably should have just walked and shaken root. But yeah, man, the conditions were so fucking brutal, man. And Johnny did really good. Like the famine, I kept forgetting about the damn famine taking a power. So I was like,
Yep, yeah.
all right. I was like, he's screwed. I got Cage and Okoye about to bodyguard. Like he can't attack me, and then he would take a power, and I'm rooted, and I'm like, well, fuck. It looks like I'm just taking it.
Yeah, Famine's really sneaky like that. A lot of people forget about like the power stripping of it, and especially if you're like denying so much like econ as well. Like just putting your opponent like, yes, I finally got that 1 power, and then just taking it away. Just it feels so good.
Mike, I don't know if I can consider Jane the best model in the game after this game.
She rolled.
I said on the
atrocious.
cast, I said on the stream that she's doing her best job to not get nerfed on camera.
Yeah.
I hope AMG watches this. 'Cause
Yeah.
they will not nerf her. But yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for letting me stream this. This was an incredible game to watch, and one that I'm going to encourage people to go back to and check out. One of the most entertaining MCP games I've seen streamed on my channel or any channel, really. Great plays from everybody, and just super fun. I think it also really highlights the beauty of MCP and like the roller coaster of the dice, but also the decision makings that you had to do there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this like one felt really good, and it felt worthy of like a finals.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I had a great time watching it. It was very entertaining. I think the chat felt the same.
well, good. We're glad to hear it. So
That's what me and Johnny are entertainers. So,
Yep.
that's what we
that's right. Yeah.
There was a lot of people tuned in to watch this one relative to other streams, so people come out for Sooner, for sure.
See, Mike, I'm a big name, man. You got to start streaming more of my games.
I'm trying to get Nobility to stream some more games too. I'm hoping he streams something on Thursday, because like
I've been giving Mike a lot of shit, Johnny, because he called the Curtis versus Johnny the finals last week. So I've been giving him all the shit.
It was. I think he had a question mark at the end of it. So.
Yeah.
I had
So he
already
has-
won my game though, so we knew it
Right,
wasn't
yeah.
the finals.
Right. Yeah.
I have not followed the Games for Guardian League at all, so it's a little
You
surprise
should.
to
It was
me.
a damn good league, man. It was like Lunch Meat 2.0 kind of.
Yeah, it's great. I'm definitely looking forward to playing in the next one of these.
All right, and then is there anything anyone wants to shout out here before we close this out? Listen to Danger Room, listen to Gamers Guild, and Johnny had
Where's the Meatmen podcast?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. Curtis
Hey,
said it was supposed to be out like 2 weeks ago.
there
It was literally we did it last night. It's out.
yeah,
What?
it's
Yeah,
Oh, you
literally
gotta
did it
post
last night. We like live did it, and then Schmid like uploaded it this morning. So it's
Oh,
there.
my God.
It's out there.
Where is it? Is it on Schmid's channel?
yeah.
It's on
you gotta
Schmid's
go to
channel. Yeah,
the
it's like
live
Schmid
tab.
Gaming, I think. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. I'm going to watch that. Yes. All right. I'm so happy to be wrong.
That's right. Yeah, go listen to that, people. That's my shout out. It was fun.
All right. If anyone's still hanging around, check out Games Through Guardians, the podcast that I have. Tomorrow we should be going live with an Inhumans deep dive with Mike Damboyce, who's there to explain why they're broken. You should be playing them.
That sounds fun. I'm gonna have to give that a listen.
It was a good episode. That guy loves his broken stuff.
That he does.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess I should also take the opportunity to shout out. Danger Room's going to have a very monumental episode on Monday. It should be
Oh.
pretty good
Exciting.
and exciting. So
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Great content.
hopefully
coming out.
nothing falls through on it.
But yeah, it should be out Monday, and stay tuned for that one.
Awesome.
Well,
All right,
while you
Shane.
guys are doing all these cool things, I'm just trying to learn how to play Wakanda. So, all right.
Yeah, it worked out
Just
pretty
do
well. I
honest
think we
man
played
work.
great. So yeah.
2 months to NCAA Dynasty sooner. 2 months till we pick it back up.
Well, I'll be a Wakanda master by. You give me about 2 to 3 weeks. I'll be a Wakanda master. So.
All right, I'm gonna close
I
out
mean,
the
here
stream.
we are,
Thanks for
5
tuning in.
years later. Okoye